One of the questions that we're going to be talking about tonight, and many of the candidates are going to weigh in on, is homelessness and the opiate drug use in Concord. I really feel that one area that was missed is domestic violence. Because I serve on the Crisis Center board, I think it's really important for our citizens to know this is a hidden crime, and when we don't talk about domestic violence in our community, we are letting it go unanswered. I would hope that at some point when people have a chance to ask questions that you'll do so, because we know somebody in the room right now. In fact, we probably know several people in the room right now that are victims of domestic violence, and we likely don't know anybody in the room that is homeless or anybody that has a heroin addiction.
For the opiate crisis, I think we should take a cue from the Gloucester, Massachusetts Police Department. Now, I'm not running for sheriff, and I don't have experience in law enforcement. But what they're doing in Gloucester is what they're calling the Gloucester Initiative, where they're saying if an addict goes to the police for help, they won't be arrested. They'll be given help instead. They'll be treated like a patient and not a criminal. And there's even a link on their website for addicts, and there's information for people who need help.
Going forward, definitely homelessness is important in the heroin epidemic. I mean, it's probably touched a lot of people in this room, their family. And we've got to get drugs off the street somehow, so working extensively with the police department and families and getting it taken care of.
Well, a few other things that I've noticed, and also that residents have been brought up to me, is the sidewalk plowing for routes that children walk to school and bus stops. The city is doing a great job there, but sometimes it's hard. You only got one or two snow plows that cover just sidewalks. But I have more than one resident that's told me that sometimes they'll go 2 or 3 days or more, and kids that are walking, and the sidewalks aren't taken care of. So that we need to address that. And also, I'd like to see more youth programs for the older children for after school. That would be great too.
I think that from the infrastructure here, and actually I should go back to homelessness and the drug issue, I think we need to support our police and fire departments as first responders, as well as in their roles for task forces and committees that are trying to work on state and local levels with combined efforts to address the issue. It is not a one issue. You can't simply provide the homeless with an apartment or address a drug dealer and resolve the situation. There's usually multiple reasons for it, so we need to address all of the underlying reasons that go with it, whether it be addiction, health services, job training, whatever that might be.
If anybody knows me, and the people who do know me, I mean, I'm me, I'll always be me, I won't give you no BS. I'm a straight shooter. I won't lie to you. If you want to know the truth, I'll tell you the truth. And if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know, but I will look it up. And I see my wife over here shaking her head like, here we go again. And I'm retired. My wife is retired. We still work part-time. And working part-time now is more of a full-time job because of all the people I'm running into.
I think a lot has been said about the homeless and the drug issue. I think that's a collaborative issue with our police and our various departments, and they've been very good working with state agencies and the medical community. I think one thing we could do is look to have a drug drop box within the Concord Police Department. That's something that's been done. So I think that is something we can address.
So I agree with Jennifer Kredovic about the domestic violence thing, but I have to tell you, 2 months ago, mental health and the lack of funding for mental health was what was in the newspaper and what we were talking about. That mental health crisis is not everybody that's homeless and not everybody that's using drugs has a mental health issue. But those things are 3 things we should be talking about. None of them separate, but all together. So it should be mental health, homelessness, and the heroin epidemic or the drug epidemic. The city of Concord has had a methadone clinic since 2007. In 2011, 380 people, according to them, went through their door every single day. Is this a new epidemic? It's not a new epidemic, people. We need to work. We need to work as a community. We need to support the police department. But the city's not going to fix this problem without partnering with the state and the counties and the state prison. That's how we're going to fix this problem.